And we're live. Hey, everybody. How you doing? It's your man, James, Mr. Sequential Treasures, back again with another live stream event here for you. Today's a little something different, a little something special because what we're doing is we have the Comic Art Live event coming up this weekend. And, of course, we're going to be part of that. We're going to have some stuff from our artists for sale there. And, you saw a little bit of this on the Comic Art Live channel when they did their own little sort of preview of some upcoming stuff that will be there. We were part of that. You saw a little bit of it, but today I'm going to take you through the whole full board. You're going to see everything we got for you guys. You're going to see not to see what it is, you're going to see how much it is, which is always a key factor when deciding to make a purchase is how much something costs. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Going to be a lot of stuff to show you. I've been working real hard at this. Been working real hard around here to get this together to make it as great for you guys as we possibly can. And I'm really excited to get into it. And we're going to have some other stuff to talk about too, as I always do. But let's get right on into it, and let's head right on in, and we'll just share the screen here with you. And we'll start out with the pieces themselves, which I have uploaded temporarily on my MeWe page, my personal page, so that I can show you some really great images. Yeah, now most of this stuff you've already seen it before if you've seen the art of unboxings we've done, especially in the last month. But it's still still a lot of good stuff, and you can see an even better shot of it, which I think is very important. So let me see. I think this is it right here. Yes, that's the one. All right, and I'll just scroll down here, and we're off to the races. Okay, now this first piece here is the most expensive piece that we have. It's a cover piece by Mike Vosberg to his creation, The Mad Mummy, which is sort of Mike's little thing of his love of old school Hollywood and old school, sort of horror and that whole era type of thing. He has a little fun with that with this, and this is the cover to the very first issue, issue 1. And it's a great piece. It's again just classic Mike Vosberg. You got the sexy woman, you got a cat. I mean, it's everything you want in a Vosberg piece, and it's a published cover. So there you go. I mentioned this on the Comic Art Live event that they did on Monday, but here you get to see it in all its glory. Beautiful image, beautiful work, just as you expect from Mike Vosberg. Let me go on our next piece here. Here's another one from Mike Vosberg. It's a pinup illustration of Emma Peel from the Avengers. No, not Marvel's Avengers, the original Avengers, the British Avengers. The character played by the late, great Diana Rigg in her prime. And this is, again, Mike's love of that whole era he grew up in. This would be the 60s, so Mike was like a teenager, I believe, at the time. So yeah, he'd have been right in there for the guys who were in love with Emma Peel. So I can't say you fault him for that. But again, beautiful, beautiful image. Very much, the face looks just like how she did back then. Very, very great attention to detail. And of course, Mike with women. Is there anything better? I don't think so. So we got that for you. And we got a secondary one, which again, you saw this at the Comic Art Live event. This great Vampirella piece that I talked about by Mike. I mean, I just think this is like Vosberg at his best. I love how he gets his name in there on the tombstone. It's a nice little touch. The great old buildings around and the tombstones and the high grass. And Vampirella looking very feminine and demure in this one, rather than usually you see her as more like a feisty, sort of like huntress. And here she's much more demure, much more relaxed, much more feminine. And I think it's a nice contrast to how she's usually portrayed. Again, Mike Vosberg, one of the best women illustrators I think out there. You can't really do wrong when you get something from Mike. Okay, next up we have, again, this is another one we saw at the Comic Art Live event, this great splash page from issue 19 of Bloodshot, Mike's first issue on the book. This is his triumphant return to comics when he had been out for a few years doing animation and Tales from the Crypt and stuff in Hollywood. And he came back to comics and he started up at Valiant. And one of the first ones he did here is this right here, this book, Bloodshot. And again, just great action sequence. You see someone getting murdered and the shock of an awe in the faces of the other people. The great little background details. Again, this is classic Vosberg. This is what you want. A great splash page from 1994. It's good stuff. I love it. And again, another one from our Comic Art Live. This is one of the first of 3 pages you're going to see from a book called Six from Sirius 2. This was from Marvel's Epic line, and back in the 80s when Marvel did a line of series that were supposed to be more serious toned, more a break away from their classic heroes and superhero type stuff. This was much more into the sci-fi and fantasy realms and things of that nature is what went on in Epic. And in this book here, it's like I said, this story that Mike did in here. In issues 3 and 4 of the miniseries, it was very much like a Blade Runner-esque type of story. You got a great page here of a guy being tortured for some information, and again that third panel section on there with all the little panels, the close-up shots of the face and the eyes and the mouth. I mean, it's just an excellent image, very cinematic, which again plays to what I think they were trying to do at the time with the Epic line, was to give sort of a cinematic feel to comics. And again, you'll see that in the corresponding pages here. Here's the next one. See, again, you can see, just very, the panels of the woman right there, just, as they back out slowly from the close-up. Again, very, very cinematically themed, very, very well laid out, almost kind of like storyboards to a film. And then we have our last page, which again, you can see here, it's all very much done in that whole, cinematic styling. You got your main character talking, and then you got him sitting there, and then the close-up shots they get closer and closer in each one. Again, just beautiful work by Mike Vosburg. This is great stuff, and it's from 1986. So this is like very old work. This is stuff that's almost 35. Actually, it's 36 years old. Wow, that makes me feel old. But yes, some classic work here from Mike Vosburg. Great stuff. Okay, next up we got some pages from Jughead the Hunger from Archie Comics. Now, this is the more modern Archie. This isn't the classic Archie we've all come to know and love over the last 80 years. This is the more modern stuff, the stuff based off like the CW Riverdale TV show. And this is from their horror line. It's called Jughead the Hunger, where Jughead is a werewolf in this. And you can see here just a great scene of somebody in trouble in a trauma unit there, and it doesn't look like it's going too well for them. So, of course, that's what happens in horror. And then, again, we saw this one at the Comic Art Live. This is the one showing where you have Jughead pretty much in every panel. I just thought it was a great image. It's a great page that kind of sets the tone for what the series is going to be. We got our next one here. It's a little pastiche of Bob's Big Boy. It's kind of funny. They're using that. And you can see here it's got Betty and Archie in it. And you can see the Betty here isn't the kind of Betty we know from the classic Archie. She's much more a tomboy, much more, in your face, I'll bust your head open. You can see her giving the guy there behind the counter a hard time. And if it's action you want, it's action you get. Here you go. Here's Archie getting drug out of his car and thrown around. Check that out. That's definitely not something you want to have happen to you, folks. That's definitely not the way you want it to go down. But again, you can see Betty kind of digs it. So you see, like I said, not the Betty that we all know and love, not the classic Betty Cooper. This is much more of a serious character. And then we got here's Reggie Mantle, Archie's main rival, Reggie Mantle. And again, just a great opening shot image there, that big splashy image in the first panel. Beautiful work. I love Pat and Tim Kennedy's work on this. I love their more modern style over the classic stuff that they do. I think this is I love how they changed their style up for this book, so that it fit the tone of the work. That's something very difficult to do for a lot of artists. Once they kind of develop a good style, they kind of stick with it. Whereas the Kennedys, they had their classic Harry Lucy style art from the classic Archie stuff, and for this, they completely changed all that. You can see nothing like what you would see as a classic Archie's work. So again, I'm very impressed with that. And we got one final page here from it. Here you go. Archie with a gun. Did you ever think you would ever see such a thing? I mean, again, but that's what you can expect in this more serious toned Archie universe they've created, the CW Archie world. So again, we got several pages here from the Jughead the Hunger series. This is a page from issue number 2. The rest, except for the Reggie Mantle page, those were all from issue 1. So a lot of stuff from the early in the book, stuff that's and there's not a lot of this out there either. That's the thing is, you look for Archie stuff, you'll find a whole lot of the classic stuff. The classic like Dan DeCarlo style humor stuff. You'll see a whole bunch of that all over the place on various websites and auction sites, but you don't see a lot of the modern Archie stuff out there. And so, it's a great opportunity to pick up something from us, some good stuff right there. And now we move on to Terry Shoemaker. Here's, and we got from Terry is we got several pages from X Factor and several from another book. So here we are. We're starting off with the X Factor, and all the X Factor pages pretty much focus on Iceman and his girlfriend at the time, Opal. Which, we all talk about the wokeness of today, but here it is right here, 1990, folks, and yet Iceman was dating an Asian woman. So there you go. You got representation right there, folks. It's, we didn't need it to be injected. It was already there. It's been there a long time, and this page is proof of that. Great work. And even if you look at there in that top panel, there's little baby Nathan, little baby Cable right there, folks. So you even got even more than just Iceman. You got Cable on the page, technically. Awesome stuff right here, and just a great little character moment of them out shopping, and having the typical interactions that all lovers do. And then this was the one you saw at the Comic Art Live event, the classic icing up scene of him, transforming from his human facade to his mutant facade. And again, like I said, when I look at this page, I just immediately remember Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends. When you hear that sound effect, wow, when he would transform himself from his human form to his ice form, just great stuff. I love this. Just again, you got the shadowy figure there in the bottom, so it's like a little bit of mystery, a little bit of danger, which then kind of expresses itself later here, as you can see. There's that character again. More interactions between Iceman and his girlfriend before we get into the action. And you can see right here, here's some stuff classic, you can see him using his powers, creating ice shields and protecting them from falling beams. And the creature seems to have some kind of melting powers. As you can see here in this last panel here, he kind of gets iced up by Iceman, and then all of a sudden he melts himself out of it. So classic action, good stuff. This page and this page and the previous one both have layovers to give the effects of the character using his heating powers. Because again, you can see here from this, here's Iceman using his ice powers trying to stop this guy, and he always seems to melt his way out. So it's a great action sequence. Classic stuff from Terry Shoemaker and Al Milgrom. And of course, we end this sequence with the final page from the story right here. After it's all said and done, the creature and Iceman and his girlfriend, they all go their separate ways. And who's at the very end? Why, oh my goodness, that looks like Sabretooth about to do some killing of another Morlock. So great stuff here from issue 53. And then also there was this one page he sent me from issue 55, which again, funny page. Again, just more interaction with Iceman and his girlfriend. But take a look at those bottom panels there. You got Iceman ducking out so he can transform and go into action. And then he takes off, and you can see in the background there his clothes. He's just tossing his clothes aside. Not doing like Spider-Man, throwing it in a web basket so he can keep it, a little web pack so he can keep it safe somewhere. Just tosses them aside, leaves her to pick them up, and just I love her expression about how it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot to get used to be dating a superhero, and it's like, well, that's what happens when you fall in love with people with superpowers. This is just a typical day. But again, just great stuff here from Terry and Al. Just these slice of life moments with the characters, and just great stuff right there. And then of course, more from Terry Shoemaker. We got Doctor Strange. Again, this was another one I spotlighted on the Comic Art Live event on Monday. It's a great page of Doc in every panel, spell casting, hovering, got the cloak in the background, the panel of the close-up of his face, with all the bristliness on the face of his beard growing in, like he's haggard, he's weary, and just worn down. His face expression tells you everything you need to know. Great image, great page. And then we got the next one following that, where he has his Rentara, his disciple, comes in, and they have some interaction there where Strange complains, and then we see here's another page from issue 8 where Strange talks to the man who knew his mentor, the Ancient One. He was sort of like a disciple of the Ancient One himself, or maybe you could say a comrade at one point, but became villainous. And now he's here to help Strange, who is having problems with his powers as he's fallen into black magic. And you can see Strange isn't too head up at first, but this guy uses his powers to kind of make Strange see that he needs to use the abilities he has now to save the world from a catastrophe that he himself had helped to create. So it's, it's a classic case of, guilting the hero to do something that they don't want to do for the sake of humanity. And, just great stuff. Again, that bottom panel with all those little characters in there, and the energy around. I just love how Terry did that, how he laid that whole image out. It really, really sets it off. Great inking by Randy Amberlin. And then we got pages from issue 9, the very next issue. Here it's Doc and him showing up in sub-Saharan Africa to try to help combat some of the effects of the releasing of these evil beings that were being constrained, that Strange accidentally left out. And again, you can see, like right here, this close-up panel of his face, the stubble. Look at how bedraggled he looks, and he's complaining his powers aren't working correctly. I mean, just great stuff for here. And then you see here some more with these as they start to interact with the people in the village. And then here's more with the people in the village. Love that creature here, that spidery looking creature down here. Great design. I like that with the more like almost like an alien face on a giant spider. I like that. It's kind of funny. And then here's our last one here with Strange using his powers, and then utter destruction. Did it go off the way he planned? Was he being set up to do even more harm? I don't know. We'll have to find out. But again, great work by Terry Shoemaker and Randy Amberlin. Just beautiful work again. The expressiveness that Terry gets him is like this shot here of Strange's face. Just the expressiveness he gets in faces is just something I think a lot of people have never taken a lot of note of with Terry's work. But he's very expressive, and it shows all throughout these Doctor Strange pages from Strange Tales, issues number 8 and 9. Great stuff. And now we get down to the nitty gritty of our last bit of stuff here. We got the next coming up here is 3 complete short stories from Archie by Dan Parent and our own Bob Smith. This first one here is called Rough Summer. It's basically a story with Archie and his dog Vegas as they do some beach combing as lifeguards. So you're going to, as you can see here, you're going to get gals in bikinis, of course. You can see they're out there saving lives and helping people out, and maybe even causing a little mischief along the way. And there's Veronica showing up in a bikini, of course. So, just great stuff. Classic. Again, I love that classic 6-grid panel right here. Great stuff. A great summer story considering we're just entering into summer. So right in line. And here's another one you saw at the Comic Art Live, the first page here of Getting Antsy. Now, as I told them there, I'll tell you here too, this entire story was done completely without dialogue until the very last panel in the very last page. And as you can see here, there's like nobody speaking. It's just like sound effects and visuals. And as you go through them, you can see here, here it is again. See, nobody speaking, just sound. And I love even down here. You can see right here that even when they're running away, scamper, scamper, scamper. That's hilarious to me. That they're using a sound effect for them running away from the ants. It's just hilarious. And you can see, no matter where they go, no matter what they do, the ants are there. Because of course that's how it always goes. If you ever watch Looney Tunes or Tom and Jerry, whenever ants are involved, they never go away. You can never outrun an ant. Scamper, 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 running away, even to the beach. Even the beach is not a safe haven when you can get the girls in bikinis, but nope. And of course, here's our final page. And there it is. Look at that. There it is. See right there. There it is. Someone screaming. Reggie screams, ants. So there it is, folks. This complete short story of no dialogue until the very last panel of the last page. Great stuff by Dan DeCarlo. Very humorous. I mean, not Dan DeCarlo, Dan Parent. I mean, I get them confused because their styles are so identical. And then we got our final story here, which is Teach Thanks. Again, it's a great little humorous story where, of course, Archie makes a buffoon of himself. They decide to make some picture books for their teachers as a thank you for all their hard work through the year and helping to teach and guide them. But of course, when Archie's involved doing it, using technology, of course, we all know how that's going to turn out, and it doesn't turn out quite the way he hoped. It's all these pictures he was going to, instead of using the pictures he was planning to use to make the book, he uses pictures he was going to delete instead. So they're all a bunch of wacky, weird, silly pages in these books he had made up. But in the end, oh, look at that. It's all good anyway. The teachers love him. They think it's hilarious. And then you got Archie right there at the end. Just call me Laugh with Archie. And again, if you don't get the joke, folks, the joke there used to be an old time series, I think back in the 60s and 70s, called Laugh with Archie. And so that's what this is. All that build up just to get to self-promoting one of their old magazines. You gotta love that. So such shameless self-promotion. I can respect that. I myself can respect that because you guys know that's exactly what I am. I'm shameless at self-promoting. And yep, there we go. That was the last one. So there you go. 43 pieces, folks. 43 pieces, fresh to market, right here for you to check out, for you to enjoy, for you to purchase. It's all there. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to head on in and I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to now you've seen the pieces now. Now you're going to see the prices because, of course, everything comes with a price. You know, it's a guy I used to work for used to say that all the time to me. He used to say, he used to tell me, he goes, everything in this store is for sale, including you. So we're going to go here. Now you're going to go directly into our booth. Now this is the special preview part, folks, because you're not going to be able to see this any other way, only because it's me showing it to you. You can't see this unless you're have your own galleries. But here it is. This is the booth right here. And as I scroll down, you see here's the two art drop days. We got day 1 and day 2. We got 24 dropping on Saturday. We got 19 dropping on Sunday. So as you can see here, here's the Mike Vosburgh stuff I just showed you. You can see the price is $600 for the cover, $350 for the illustrations, $300 for that Bloodshot splash. The 6 from Series 2 pages, all $250. Then we get the Jughead the Hunger pages in here, and you got from anywhere from $110 to $150 depending on which one you get. But again, a very reasonable pricing. Then you got the X Factor pages here from Terry Shoemaker. Great stuff. $250, anywhere from $500 to $250. Respectively, great pricing. Again, for classic 1990 stuff's over 30 years old. Classic Copper Age Marvel back when their stuff was actually worth reading. And then here's Doctor Strange. You got again, $350 to $400 per page. Again, Doctor Strange got the movie out now. Everyone seems to be going out to see. And although I've been hearing some mixed reviews on it, it seems to be doing the business, folks. So it seems there's more people who like it than don't. So. And all this is dropping on Saturday. This issue 8 from Strange Tales, all the X Factor pages, the Jughead the Hunger pages, and all Mike Vosburgh stuff, all on Saturday, folks. And then when we go over to the Sunday art drop, we got the pages from Strange Tales number 9 by Terry Shoemaker, and we got all 3 of our Archie short stories. And you can see here again, just like before, the $250 to $350 on the Doctor Strange. And the Archie stories, they're all complete. You can see I even titled them myself right here, for the complete set. Now you can see each piece has 125 on it, but that's only because I couldn't put complete set in the description section of the pricing that is automatic down here in the black. So I put it up in the title for folks. It's 125 for the complete set. You're getting all 5 pages because if you need any more proof of that, let me go into here and I can show you. You can see here on all pieces, I have the covers, and if they're published, I have the published pages. So you can see exactly what you're getting. And if you scroll down here to the description, you can see right here, sold as a 5-page set. So you're getting all the pages. See, this is page 4. You're not going to just get page 4 for 125. You're going to get all 5 pages for 125. I know it's crazy pricing, but hey, it's crazy times we're living in. So you got to kind of adjust. But you can see, it's all right here, all this stuff. And, but then that's seeing it the way I can see it right now because it's I'm in my booth. I can actually show you guys, and I'm going to show you right now, this is what you can expect to see when you go in on Saturday and Sunday. So let me again share the screen. We'll go right on in. And this is how it will appear to you folks when you go to view it this weekend. Oop. Whoop, wrong one. Whoops. I knew I was going to end up doing that. I have so many windows open today. I knew I was going to end up messing up on at least one. So let's try that again. And there it is. There we go. You see, here it is right here. You can be able to tell it's us. There's our classic emblem of, Sequential Treasures, and you got our little ditty here telling you how, what we're about and what we do. And then if you scroll down here, you can see we got some places how you can contact us. You can contact us through email, as a link to the Instagram page, as well as to this YouTube page. So, if you haven't followed me on any of those, you can follow me there, and there's links right there to help you out. And as you see, as you roll down, this is what it'll look like on Sunday when you see all 43. Now, tomorrow, not tomorrow, Saturday will only be up to this point. The Doctor Strange Strange Tales issue 8, because it's the first 24 that drop on Saturday. And then on Sunday, the rest drop, and you'll see everything else. And this is what it will look like for you on Sunday, But I advise you not to dilly-dally if you want, because I'm expecting with my prices being so reasonable that some of the best stuff is probably going to go quickly. So I would say don't sit around on your hands thinking, oh, I'll wait till Sunday late and grab something. That no, the best stuff will probably be gone by then. So I would say keep your eyes open, and as soon as you can get in there, as soon as you can start shopping, get in there and do it, because otherwise you're going to miss out on all the best stuff. And we certainly don't want that to happen. I want you guys to get some nice stuff. But again, as you can see here, we got great pricing, very affordable stuff. Nothing's going to break the bank. We are very sympathetic to the current economic times we're in, and so we're doing what we can to try to help you guys out to put some great art in your hands without making you have to take out a second mortgage on your home to do it. So there you go. And so there's a sneak preview, guys, right there. We got some great stuff in there for you. Like I said, almost 4 dozen pieces, all great stuff. You're gonna love it all. But after you're done here, make sure to do a little bookmark for yourself and head on over to the Comic Art Live YouTube channel, which is where the people who run Comic Art Fans have their own YouTube channel here. And I'm going to hook you up right here. You want to go to this one right here. They have a stream coming up in about an hour and a half at 6 p.m. here. It says here for me 6 p.m. here on the West Coast, so it's probably 9 p.m. you guys on the East. But whatever. This is their they do a weekly update of stuff. As you can see right here, it tells you right here down in this section here. We run down all the popular artworks posted to Comic Art Fans between May 9th to the 15th, and also review highlights from sales reported from original comic art dealers and art auction houses for the same periods. Now, that's what they do all the time, but on this one, the reason you want to tune in is because there's going to be a special section he does on this one where he'll be doing some shout outs to people who have given him announcements about the upcoming Comic Art Live event. I was one of those people. I sent them in, and he told me it would be in the queue. So you will see more mention of our stuff here tonight. So again, we were on there Monday on their preview live stream. I've just previewed it for you here, and you'll get even more information about the show and what we have available and what others have available right here on their channel tonight. Right here, you can see it's called CAF Update number 95. Make sure to stop over and check that out at 6 o'clock Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern time, wherever you are time zone wise. Make sure to check it out. It's about an hour and a half away, and that way you get all the details on everything coming up with the event this weekend. Like I said, a lot of people, not the least of which is us, have put a lot of work and effort into this. So want to make sure that it's a great time for everybody, and want to give you guys all as much information as we possibly can, because it's very important you guys know what's going on. So we got that going on, and there you go. That's our little preview for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed checking all that out. Like I said, a lot of great art. I can't thank my artists enough. Terry Shoemaker, Bob Smith, Mike Vosberg. They went above and beyond anything I could have hoped and expected. And I think we're going to have a great event, a great show, a great turnout. At least I hope we do. And hopefully we'll get some decent sales as well. Because like I said, we certainly priced them to be reasonable to people, to give you guys as much opportunity to own a very nice piece of artwork for yourself without having to go broke doing so. So I hope to see you guys there. I'll be available all weekend. I'm not going anywhere. I'm totally going to be right here the entire time. I'll try to get back to emails and replies and whatever as quickly as possible. So, but like I said, make sure you get there early, and get in and get your orders in quick, because like I said, I don't expect the best stuff to stick around too long at the prices we have them at. So, you don't want to miss out. And now we come to the part which is always the part I do all the time, which is whoops, what was that? That was a little weird. Oh well, but what we're going to do is, let me see here. Oh, don't tell me I lost them. That would really, really, really suck. Okay, there we go. So now what we do, I'm going to do my usual shill for you guys. So if you guys can't wait till this weekend to buy some of that awesome art you just saw, you're like, I got to have something right now. Ain't no waiting for me. Well, we can hook you up with that, because you can always just head right on over to our comic art gallery right here. And check out all the fine art we have up right now, which again, you can see here is nearly 1,400 pieces. Lots of great stuff. See, there's some more Jughead the Hunger stuff right there for you, so you didn't have to wait for it. And, we got some more stuff from Mike Vosberg. There's some Mad Mummy stuff right there. So, if you guys were just say, head up, I can't wait, I got to have some now, head on over to our art gallery. It's linked down there below in the description section, and you can get some of that sweet, sweet art that we have right now. And let's see here. And then what we got next is but like I said, I know not everyone's flush with cash at the moment. Again, that's why our pricing was as it was for the event. So if you can't help us out that way, you can always do this to help us out, which we always appreciate. And that is our MeWe channel, our MeWe group, where you can go and check out all the happenings that we have going on. Again, you see right here, I put out notice of this sneak peek for everybody. And here's my weekly piece, the Comic Art Wednesday that I do, where I take a piece of art published from one of the artists and post it up here for all to enjoy. Here was the appearance on Comic Art Live on Monday, and the art unboxing we did before that. And here's something from Mike Vosberg, where he posted some stuff from his work on the Chronicles of Narnia. So I mean, all the stuff you want to know, anything going on with us and our artists, it's all right here. You can see it all right there. It's one-stop shopping right here on MeWe. You can't miss us. Our group got that great image by Dan Lawless of Wolverine versus Cable. And if you're on MeWe, come over and join our group. I always love having new members join up. And if you're not on MeWe, sign up today and then head over and join our group, so you can get in on all the fun, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day for us. We want to have a good time and have some good stuff for you guys. So, let's really get things working. And for our final piece, of course, for the final one, as I always do, and this is my reminder, not this Saturday, because this Saturday is the Comic Art Live event, but next Saturday will be the latest edition of the Comic Art Convo that I host with co-host with Aaron Lopresti, artist Aaron Lopresti. And so this is Aaron's channel. You can see right here, he's getting close to 1,800 subscribers. Come on, folks. We can get him over that mark before the show. Come on, I know we can do it. But you can see right here, here's the last Comic Art Convo, doing pretty well here, almost 600 views. I love it. We talk about awesome stuff. In this last one, we talked about our favorite B-movie guilty pleasures. And this time around, we're going to be talking about crossovers. Crossover events that didn't happen or haven't happened, but should. Some ideas that we have for crossovers that we would like to see done. And I think you're going to like my choices. I took a lot of time to think them out, because we're going to show you what they are, and then we're going to kind of give you an idea of what we think they should be, and even who the artists should be. So it's going to be a lot of fun, I think, on this one. I'm going to enjoy this, because I loved, again, I grew up in 80s and 90s with comics, and so crossovers are like my forte. I've read so many of them. It's going to be a lot of fun, and of course we're going to have some great comic art we'll show, and we're going to have con stories, all the great stuff you've come to expect on the show. And it's me and Aaron doing what we do. And again, it's all for fun. It's all for you guys. It's just something we do. There's no money exchanging hands here. There's nobody looking to get people to dole out the dineros. This is all just something fun Aaron and I do for you guys, so you can have some fun and have an enjoyable evening with us and have a few laughs and get some funny stories going. So make sure to head up on Aaron's channel here and subscribe if you haven't already. I got a link for you right down there in the description to Aaron's channel, and make sure you join up. And then, like I said, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, Comic Art Convo. It's going to be a good time. I can't wait. Hopefully you can't either, because like I said, it's probably the most fun thing I do on the YouTube channels. So looking forward to that. So again, I want to thank all you for joining me today. And I hope you enjoyed this little sneak preview of what we have coming for you this weekend. Again, I hope to see you all at the event. I will be there. I will be constantly monitoring emails and being ready to help and assist you guys to purchase some of that great art that you saw. And again, all links to everything you saw is down in the description section there. Aaron's channel, the MeWe page, our art for sale gallery, everything is all right down there in the description section. So check those out. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel, because that's how you really can help us grow. We're almost to 130 subscribers now. I'd like to see us get a little higher, because once I can break the 500 mark, I'll start doing something like live comic art auctions here on YouTube, and that's something I really have been wanting to do ever since I first started using the channel. So I'd love to get there, and I can do that with your help. So if you can, share out this link to people so they can check it out. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and get some others to subscribe if you can. And the bigger we grow, the faster we grow, the faster I can get some of that other stuff that I want to do. And really, I'm looking forward to it. But until then, we'll just keep doing on with what we're doing right here. So make sure to check out all the links down below, and I'll see you guys this weekend at the Comic Art Live event. Can't wait to see you guys check stuff out and place those orders. And until next time, take care.